Sometimes you just have to step away. I would say from all the noise to hear what life has been trying to tell you for some time. And this time it asked us to come to Muskoka. So we made our first stop in Bracebridge near the Bracebridge River, where the trees whisper secrets of old and the river carries stories carved by stone. Welcome to one of the Muskoka's best kept secrets and our second stop for the day, Muskoka Falls Beach. It's quiet here and peaceful. The kind of place doesn't show up in big travel guides, but once you find it, you'll never forget. Okay, let's go inside. This is our third stop for the day, and we are here for a winery tour. This is what I was talking about.
So, where we are looking over is what we refer to as the Old Marsh.
Old Marsh.
Of course, this particular bit of land has...
So, wherever we go, apart from embracing the natural beauty of the countryside, we try to soak in some culture. And that is when this bog to bottle tour came in handy. It costs you about $28, like Canadian, per person. And it is so informative that the stories they tell you of, working on a cranberry marsh is likely going to stay with you for a long time.
And so she was the home economics teacher at... Of course, this was the time when...
It is quite interesting to know that cranberry marshes are flooded strategically, not for growing, but for frost protection in spring and fall, harvesting during the fall season when the ripe berries float, making them easy to collect, and also for winter protection when vines are flooded and frozen to insulate from extreme cold. And sometimes they even have to get up at night to ensure that water flowing through the pipes to the marsh is not frozen. So there are a lot of these interesting stories that the cranberries live before reaching out to your dinner table.
And Quinn, who is their youngest, is there. And
Yep, coming in. Oh, that's so beautiful.
so that's the table for one, right?
Now we are surrounded by glasses of wine that have aged with patience and stories sealed in every cork. I realize good things really do take time. In this wine tasting room, I'm reminded that growth, like wine, can't be rushed. It needs the quiet, the waiting, the seasons. Here, every glass of wine tells a story of cold winters, quiet mornings, and the bold resilience of the cranberry. It starts with the pour, rich ruby red, and it absolutely is different than the usual ones. And then the first sip, sweet, tart, a little wild, like Muskoka itself. This isn't your typical vineyard experience. It's a blend of the northern soul, hand-picked tradition, and a love for the land. From dry blends to desert wines, every bottle is a little adventure. And when you're sipping it with a view of the bog, the scent in your senses and nothing on your schedule, that's not just wine. That's Muskoka in a glass. Alright, so this is what the pizza place actually looks like. So you see this, you have to take the car up over here, and there's a parking over here that you can actually take this car to, and this is the entrance to it. So let's just go and try this one out. So it says wood-fired pizza pie joint. Here you go. I hope it's not a takeaway. We can actually just here. Okay, that's a nice view of the road. So pretty much like this. I wish like made of wood, right?
No, this is inside the clay. There's clay like a tandoori. Our look.
Are you going to prepare one? Because we want to see how.
Yeah.
So the first guy was humble enough to accept our request to see the pizza being made. And so is this guy who's giving his earnest efforts to the dough. Here we are with our pizza right from the oven and some tortellini giving it a company.
Okay. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so after a really long day, it's time to check into our hotel. But even before we do that, let's check out our hotel. So we are staying at the Touchstone Resort, and our room has the lakeside view of the lake Muskoka, which is a beautiful sight to have, especially in the morning, as you can see. Believe it or not, but this wooden path behind our resort actually feels like a secret trail. The lake, it glides beside us, sometimes behind us and sometimes right in front of us. And it's totally quiet and endless, while the boards guide our steps like a soft rhythm beneath our feet. Because being here by this water, it just makes more sense. No fancy plans, no big moments, sometimes some sunlight, sometimes clouds on the lake, and then this view of the gigantic resort is the kind of scenery you can't quite put into words. And if Muskoka has a heartbeat, this might be it. And today we got to walk through it.
So we are now at the Lions Lookout. So even though on the Google Maps it was showing closed, but you still see that there is a lot of good parking over here. Always park your cars over here. And so the gate which is actually heading to the Lions Closeout, that's closed, but you can still just take a walk. So that's good. And I didn't want to miss this spot because a lot of people, they were actually going across. So let's just go and see how good this spot is, yeah?
Seems like we do have company today, eh? I'm just wondering, is this a place from where we can actually see the lions, or is it a point opened by the Lions Club? Just stuck between the two. Let's go and find out what we have here. They are like little roads to the nature. Yeah, and I see a little hut there. I think that's the end point. Ladies and gentlemen, so this is the Lions Lookout over here, and you still see the faded colors of the fall here, and on the other side you see this particular water body, and irrespective of the fact that there are no colors left except for green, I'm still loving it over here. And I do see a bit of a history over here as well, so let's also just go and check that out. Yeah, well, so the thing is that this particular place is actually dedicated to the soldiers of Canada who died in the war serving the country. And guess what, I was just making a joke about the fact that it might be taken by the Lions Club, but it's actually was in the mid 20th century. As you can read, the Lions Club took responsibility for maintaining this particular structure, and that's the reason it's called the Lions Lookout. See that? There you go. So it was close. So if you're in Huntsville, I think this is a perfect place to have a good meal, pack some stuff, and then you can maybe just sit on the bench and enjoy the view. Do you know what is the best part of going to a place where you actually want to have a picture and you already see somebody over there? You can actually just ask him to take pictures in case you're not carrying your tripod, and that's exactly what has happened with us. This time I forgot to carry my tripod, but fortunately I see somebody here who can actually just do a favor for us, so I'll just request him to do that.
2, 3.
Now I'm back on the same road, but it feels changed somehow. The people are different, the way the breeze moves a little softer now, or how the trees seem to lean in like they know you've seen something special. Coming down from the Lions Lookout isn't just a descent, it's actually a return.
It's the jungle, that's why. It says left.
I like it.
You like what? The trail?
Like this, like what this variation of the nature where, like, you know, on one side you hear a lot of hustle and bustle of trees, you know, birds chirping and rivers flowing, and on this side it's like it's dead silence.
This is the spot, I think.
Dead silence and nothing else. Oh my god. Wow. This is so good. This is so good. Nice.
Oh yes, this is the one.
The big band here. Big Bend Boulevard has been eroding 1 foot every year. By enjoying the view from this platform, you are protecting Big Bend from an accelerated rate of erosion. How is that possible?
So I think this spot was made so that nobody goes near the waterbed down, and this will prevent any kind of erosion.
Have you ever been stuck in a conflict where you're actually confused whether you actually want to just have your own photographs or just absorb like what you have around you? I think this is that moment for me, because like this is just so, I've never seen a water body like this surrounded by trees in the middle. Like this is just so amazing. Wow, just look at this. Just totally loving this.
So we found this little spot in Port Sydney, and honestly it felt like our own private postcard. The lake was perfect, the weather totally showing off, and us just vibing. Mary Lake didn't say a word, but somehow it knew exactly what we needed. Just the two of us, sitting at the edge of something so calm, so wide. It felt like time slowed down just for us. And for a second the whole world felt like it had faded into the background. No big plans, no distractions. Just this lake, this view, and just us. We didn't have to go far to feel far away, because sometimes happiness is right in front of you, and sometimes it's just holding your hand. And just like that, the adventure winds down. From quiet lakes and winding trails to this craft beer, good vibes, and warm buzz of Sawdust City. There's something special about ending a journey like this, not with a bang, but with a toast to the places we wandered, the memories we made, and whatever comes next. Until then, bonjour, namaste.